Hey guys, it's Hans, and I'm going to be building the 15-foot Worricrow from Home Depot. So first we have the base. Oh. Okay. Looks like we have some arm pieces. Looks like the clothes. Put that to the side. Another arm piece. Looks like a leg piece. Another leg piece. Looks like another bottom part. Leg piece. Looks like another leg piece. Oh, it has the control box on that one. Maybe an arm or maybe arm piece. We have the giant base at the bottom. Let's grab this piece. Don't know what that is. Let's grab the torso. Very heavy. Okay, now we got some more pieces in this box here. This box. Looks like the adapter instructions. More holes in this box. Alright, now can we pull up the base yet? Not yet, not yet. And we got this, more poles in it, lots of poles. Right, now we can pull out this box. I think this is the head, the best part. Let's turn this around. Yeah, let's go ahead and open this. Show you guys what the head looks like. Alright, here's the head. Looks awesome. And just to compare to my hand there is huge. And I'm excited to see what this does now. Okay, we'll put that there. Nothing else in the box. These caps. Box. And then we'll grab the base. The big base. Okay, and there are all the pieces. Now let me lay them out. Okay, I got all the parts laid out, which took way too long. But we got all the cat pieces. Looks like stakes, screws, and the wire. A hat, scarves, clothing, the head, the butt. We got the torso, all the leg and arm pieces. We got the base. Then we have all these poles. And we also have the main base part. Okay, first off, we need the base. And this only goes on one way because we have this little notch right here that this sticks out of. Okay, and I am following the instructions that came in the box. These smaller C-poles on first. going to attach this large one that has two poles already connected to each other. It slides right down in there. And then we are going to screw in the screws to secure it in place. And it's much easier to get it started first, and then we'll tighten. Grab another screw or two screws for the top right here. And then after that, we'll go ahead and tighten it on all four with the wrench. We are going to find letter E and place that on top. And you just give it twisted until it finds its spot. There we go. Find letter F. Here's the letter F. Twist it until it locks in place. And then we're gonna do steps 3.2, which I was really confused about. But what you're gonna do is just click it into this pole, and this part actually rests on top of the plastic. And I had to kind of shove it in there, but it did go in. The control box part of the animatronic, and slide that on now. And I am just tall enough to reach the top of this. We'll wiggle it into place, just like that. And we're gonna slide that through the top here. And then we'll catch it down in the bottom, right here. After doing that, it will look like this. And then we were going to find our two screws and screw them into these two holes here. And we're just gonna lean it down. And then we're grabbing letter J and attaching it here, and then we're going to screw that into place. And then the locking pin, rubber screw, and we'll tighten that down. After that, we were grabbing this leg piece, letter K, and sliding that down onto letter J. Here is letter K. And while we're doing that, we want to connect these wires as well before we slide it fully down. After connecting those wires, slide this fully down as much as you can. It'll look like that. Okay, got letter L. It looks like the bend part is going to attach closest. So this piece, and we'll just slide that into this leg here. After attaching that pole, we'll go ahead and find our screw, and then we'll screw that in and lock that down. After that step, we're going to find letter M. Here we go, and we'll slide that down onto this pole. After attaching, looks like the thigh piece, we're going to attach the hip piece here. And I heard that the hip piece was the hardest to attach by yourself, so we're gonna go ahead and give that a go. First, I'm going to attach the wires. Got a reach inside here. Okay, I got those wires attached inside. Now I just need to line up the poles, which would probably be easier with two people, but we're going to attempt this by myself. It was a little bit difficult to line them up, but I did manage to get the poles in halfway on both. And then we'll go ahead and push in those locking pins. All right, and with a little bit of maneuvering of lifting it up and down, I did manage to get the locking pins in. And now we're going to screw in the screws. We're on the torso step. Going to attach it here, attach the wires, and find the loop screw. We'll find our loop screw. It should be right here. There it is. Grabbing the torso. Going to line up the front here. And we're gonna attach these wires So I'll go ahead and do that. And these wires just push in, and then you twist the cap on the outer so that they're watertight. Okay, we got those wires connected. Now we're gonna attach him to the inner pole. After sliding him on, he attaches in the back with the loop screw. And we'll just screw him into place right here, and that'll lock his torso down. Our next step here, which is to put on the clothes. Flip him over on his stomach so that we can find the little hole where the loop screw comes out of for his cable in the back. The next step is to grab his scarf or collar, and we are going to place it on his neck here. After putting on the collar, we're going to grab the wire and loop it through the hole in the back and down to the base. And if you were wondering about this wire is a lot thicker than the 12-foot skeletons. Okay, I have it looped down there. Then we got it coming all the way up through the hole there, and then we're going all the way back down, and then we attach it to the base down here. Find the first part of the arm, which looks like R, and attach it to the torso. We're looking for letter R, which is right here. Yes, this is the left arm, so we're gonna come over here. What side goes in first? The locking pin side, so this side. We're gonna put this through the sleeve, open his collar there, and then we are going to attach it here at the shoulder with this locking pin there. We're going to find the next hand piece. And here's S, and we're going to attach it here. Line up this notch here to that hole, and then we'll twist to lock it into place. Then we'll find our screw, we'll screw that in, and then we'll do that to the other side. First, the shoulder piece, we're going to attach the hand the same way, gonna slide it on. Lining up the notches there, and then we push in. And then we'll twist to lock it into place. Find our next screw. And we'll screw that in. All right, and then the next steps after the arms, looks like it will be the head. Here is our head. Okay, I got those wires connected. And it looks like it is just one wire. And then we'll go ahead and connect this head to the neck, lining up the poles. Gonna slide that in. And then we're gonna grab our last screw. Okay, after tightening that down, I'll go ahead and close everything up. And then we're going to place this on his head, and we'll attach it with these Velcro parts. When you're attaching it, you wanna make sure this elastic part right here is underneath his chin. This will actually help hold the hat down as well. Okay, so after posing the hat how I wanted it, make sure that the elastic part of the hat is underneath his chin. And then I have a Velcro in the back here as well, right there. And we'll place those along his body. Flag Z goes on F, and this is the one right underneath the control box. Z2 goes on 8. Goes here. And these go in really easy. Last one. We can now stand him up and put in our last supporting poles. Check the head before standing it up to make sure it's on right, or that it turns its head properly in the direction that you want it to go. And then we have our options here. Everything seems to be working. I just like to say it was possible, and I did stand it up on my own. And here he is. And now I will plug him in and do a demo. Here is the fully set up Worricrow. He is awesome. And he is super tall.